Welcome back to Hippie Bliss Travel. Today we're leaving Monterey Bay and we're heading down to Big Sur. And when we were getting ready to leave, I was like, let's find a scenic drive because it wasn't like a full day drive. We needed to get to Big Sur. So we came up with 17-mile drive. It is a gated community around Pebble Beach and the surrounding area, and it has some spectacular views. So when you get to drive up to one of the entrances to the 17-mile drive, you get a pamphlet as you pay. I think it was the $12.25, $12.50. And yeah, here's the map that you get. And we either came in, we can't remember if it was the Morse Gate, or I think we came in on the Pacific Grove Gate, I think is where we came in. And then we just came around, followed the coastline here. And there was numerous stops, as you can see. And then we came down by the Lone Cypress is down here. We came through Pebble Beach. We actually walked out to Stillwater Cove. And then by this time we thought we would do the whole 17 miles, but by this time it was 3 to 4 hours and we still needed to get to Big Sur. So as we just came down and then we came out the Carmel Gate and continued on down to Big Sur. But yeah, you get a nice map and tells you, where you can park and tells you about all the stops. And there's my daughter's cat, Medusa, saying hi. And a little history about the area. Yeah, and the 17-mile drive is was really close to actually where we were in Monterey Bay because I think we stopped at like a grocery store, got something to drink, and then we thought we were going to have a farther drive, so I wasn't ready with the camera or anything on the entrance. But it's like driving into like the little national park. You got the little booth, and you got the guy with it looked, little uh, like park ranger outfit almost with the hat and standing there with the little 17 mile with these little pamphlets here. But yeah, and if you drive along, once you get in there, you can kind of see in the roads they will have arrows where it says 17-mile drive, and they'll tell which way you to turn to follow the beautiful drive. And it is a spectacular drive. Um, and as we got in here, and then we were stopping, at a lot of spots right along the coast. And when we got to one point, and it was the opposite with if you driven the opposite way, and it came to the sign that was talking our first stop here, and it said 1.8 miles away, and we realized we had done 1.8 miles in 2 hours. So that's why we thought we'd do the whole thing in like 2 hours. We drive through the whole 17 miles. But yeah, you see how it says 17-mile drive with arrows pointing. You just have to follow the roads. And then there's pullovers, numerous pullovers. You can see the next one usually from the one you're at, the stop you're at. You can see early in the morning. Well, it wasn't early in the morning. It was, like 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock. The marine layer hadn't burned off, so it looks kind of cloudy and overcast. It was kind of cool. It kind of gave it an eerie, ominous feeling at some of the stops. And this is the first stop we came to. But as the day went on, the clouds broke. The sun came out, and there was, I don't even think, a cloud in the sky at one point, or very little. But yeah, this is the first stop. We got out and walked along the beach. You're fine. Yeah, and as we're leaving this first parking lot here at this first stop, if you look across the street, there's people golfing. There's four of them up there golfing with a couple golf carts. There are numerous areas to golf in 17 miles, in the 17-mile area. So this is either the links at Spanish Bay or part of the Monterey Peninsula Country Club. There's also Spyglass Hill Golf Course and Poppy Hills Golf Course. And I think the last one I'm seeing, the big one, is Pebble Beach Golf Links. which we do stop at the toward the end here. But yeah, here we're driving. I don't know if we've passed the fire trucks off to the side yet. I don't know. No obvious reason why they were there. I'm thinking they were, just checking things out or maybe some training or something. But yeah, here we are heading to stop number 2. That's Spyglass Hill Golf Course. And at this stop is you see the clouds starting to break up and we're getting our first real sunshine of the morning. And again, just stunning views. I mean, spectacular views.
for sure those look like that.
Yeah. The Bird Rock stop had restroom facilities, and it was the first stop that we came across that did on our drive. And it makes sense why they call this rock or the stop Bird Rock. And according to the map on this part of the drive, this is the Spyglass Hill golf course we're driving past. We were planning on stopping at the Cypress Point Lookout, but they had that one closed. I don't know if it's a seasonal thing or if they were doing some work on it, maintenance or whatever. But the anticipated date of reopening it was the day after we were there. I think we were there at the end of the month and it opened on the first of the next month or something like that. But we were going to stop there. And here is the Lone Cypress.
And the extra.
And here we are coming into Pebble Beach. And yes, we're not golfers, but we understand that this is like hollow ground for golfers. And my brother-in-law is a huge golfer, so we stopped and got him a little present for his birthday coming up while we were here. But yeah, we're heading to the Pebble Beach Visitor Center, and we did some shopping. And for us, if you hear us talking about going for souvenirs, here's our souvenirs. We collect refrigerator magnets from places we go. We try to get one everywhere we go. The goal is to cover the fridge, but we're not there yet. But yeah, when we were doing shopping there, I used the restrooms, and let me tell you, the restrooms at the visitor center, some of the cleanest I've ever seen. And then it had a pointed down. You could walk down to like the beach area or the water area, and then we followed the path down. Well, we ended up taking the
This is
long way down to Stillwater Cove, but this was just somebody's front yard, a deer walking through. On the other side of us is Pebble Beach Golf Course and then the Pacific Ocean.
what the fuck?
And then to get to Stillwater Cove, you kind of have to walk through a private club, so they kind of keep you on, want you on the path, the little marked path. And yeah, they had people out there kind of keeping an eye on making sure you didn't wander too far. But this is Stillwater Cove.
Get yourself a kayak. Right.
Yeah. And the path back from Stillwater Cove through the parking lot. And then instead of walking along Pebble Beach, the golf course, like we did coming down, we just kind of walked through the neighborhood. And this is the trees are stunning. I mean, they're just stunning. And then here we are at the Pebble Beach golf course.
What's up, man?
And once we'd finished up in Pebble Beach, then we were driving and we realized, oh, we'd spent almost probably close to 4 hours here, and we still had to head down to Big Sur. So instead of completing the drive when we got to the Carmel Gate, we started just heading down on south on 1. I'm going to wrap up today's video here. Next week, we'll be continuing our drive down to Big Sur. So thank you for watching Hippie Bliss Travel. If you made it to the end, give us a like and a subscribe, and hope to see you next week. Bye.